This map has helped 100,000 backpackers to find their 88 days so they could extend their working holiday visa and not have to leave the country after just 1 year. I'm Arnie and I've been traveling Australia for more than 4 years and I've worked in agriculture, hospitality, construction and mining. And in this video I'm going to help you understand what postcodes are eligible for your 88 days and the 3 maps that our community of backpackers are using to get their 88 days completed as easily and quickly as possible. So let's jump into it. We will come now to the official working holiday visa website from the government to understand the eligible postcodes. This both works for the 417 and the 462. The only exception is that the 462 doesn't get mining as a specified work. You will see here that we have different categories. We have remote and very remote. Then we have Northern Australia, then Regional Australia, and some that they are not that important because it's not an option that many backpackers do, and we prefer that you do work instead of volunteering. Is the bushfire declared areas and the natural, but this one we will skip them. So let's have a look at these ones. To understand all this, we found a map that it's colored with all these areas, so it's a visual representation of this. I found this map in a Facebook group called Australia Backpackers Info, and it was the most useful group for visas during the pandemic, and now they are trying to shift into a more general backpackers working holiday general information. But this map is really useful because you can see the different colors that we were talking before, the blues, the remotes, then we have the regionals, which is the yellow and the green. And it is actually very simple. It depends on the different industry that you want to work. So there's kind of 2 categories. We have agriculture, construction and mining in one side, and then we have hospitality and tourism in the other. So in this first side, everything that is not red will count for you to extend the 88 days. So the yellow, the green and the 2 blues will count as an extension for agriculture, construction and mining. So it will be the inner regional, the outer regional, the remote and the very remote. And it goes along with what we saw before in the government side. So the very remote and the regional. This would be the inner and the outer, but it's all together here. And then for hospitality and tourism, everything that is above the red line, that will be Northern Australia. So everything above that, so all this area here will count for your 88 days, but also the blues. So hospitality will be this area, all the blues, and then after the red line, everything counts as well. So all of this and all the blues. Okay, so the green and the yellow doesn't work, and the red doesn't count for any industry, but for hospitality and tourism is this other way. It also has a few exceptions. Hospitality has one exception here, which is Rottnest, and then there's some little islands. Lord Howe Island, I think it's called, the one here. And then we have Christmas and Cocos Island here. They are super specific, but overall it's above the red line and the blue as well. So this is the first map for you to understand the postcodes. Then we have a second one. Then the second map that we have is the one that I made for our community, and it contains all the postcodes pinned in the country, so it acts as a double check from the colored one. So if you want to double check one specific postcode, you can use that one. So we come here to this post, we have all the different resources and maps and stuff, and this is the one. So this is the map that I was showing you at the beginning of the video. It has all those postcodes from the tables in here in one single map. We have 2 different maps for every category. This one works for agriculture, construction and mining, and then we have another one for hospitality and tourism, because as you saw in the colored map, all the areas are a bit different. And then we have a third map that we recommend you to use, and it's the one that we have in our community as the members map. You just come here and click map, and this contains a world map of all the members in our community, but everyone has the working holiday visa. And this map is super useful to use before you want to go to an area. So instead of just moving there and risking not knowing what is going on there, it is much better to text and speak with someone that is in the area. For example, here, Viola in Rockhampton. So it's better to just ask, how is it looking the area? Is there jobs available? Instead of you moving without knowing anyone and taking the risk of failing because it's oversaturated or it's not the right season. So this is a really useful map. It's the third map that we recommend you to use before moving and going for your 88 days. But knowing where to go doesn't really matter if you don't know which is the best industry for you to work in Australia. So watch this video next where I explain the 5 main industries for backpackers in Australia so you don't make the same mistakes I did in my first working holiday visa year.